I finally have some good news to share with you, ladies and gentlemen. We have a working fish room. It's not all bad news. Okay, here's the deal. Yes, we have a working fish room now. Not entirely, but it is working. Things are moving along and it is glorious. Finally, some positivity that's been happening this week. First thing that I want to share with you about this week's adventures is, I know it's kind of loud up here now because of this air pump. This controller for the irrigation system, the water change system, showed up on Monday. Lowe's came through. They did it. They did it right. That other company that starts with A and ends in Mazan that makes you wait for a week and a half for stuff now, and Lowe's isn't doing it that way anymore. Lowe's is still shipping things right away and getting it to you in 2 days. So that was very exciting. But when I received that on Monday, wasn't anything I could do with it because Mondays are our busiest days of the week, every single week, with our orders that have all come in over the weekend and stuff like that. So Monday was out as far as being able to do anything in here. And plus, once we're done packing orders, we go and play in a darts league in Virginia Beach. And, that pretty much takes Mondays out of the equation for working in the fish room. Tuesday was another day that I couldn't do anything out here because Jason Adams and I were recording the Tank Talk podcast all day. When we record the podcast, we sit down and we record 4 episodes at a time, sometimes 5. And so it's an entire day thing. So Tuesday was out. I wasn't able to get out here until Wednesday to actually start working. And once I did a couple of things on Wednesday and Thursday, which was hooking up the rest of the air lines and the water lines to all of these and the drains. The drains are, not the easiest thing in the world to get installed. You can see them there. These black lines that run from the bulkhead down to the main PVC drain. I'm going to do a video, actually it's probably going to be next week, that is a detailed explanation of how this water changing system works. So be looking forward to that if you're interested in more of the details around that. But that's what I did basically all day Wednesday and Thursday, was getting all of those lines hooked up. Air, water, and drains. And once they were, I went to hook up that irrigation system, the controller that came in from Lowe's, and I turned the camera on for the very first time that I fired it up. And there was a little surprise in there, but let me show you that clip. Okay, so I was in the process of filling up all of the tanks in here, and I was doing it one by one with the hose, and I was like, you know what? I can't really do anything while I'm filling these up because I even though all of these tanks have their own individual drains, I just still feel weird walking away from a tank if it's filling up. I don't know. I've overflowed way too many tanks to be comfortable with that. So it's been taking all day. It took like several hours just to fill up all of the 40 breeder wall. So I was like, you know what? Now would be a good time to test out this water changing system, and I can turn on all of the 20-gallon tanks and have them all fill up simultaneously. And so I figured if we're going to do that, I could also turn this system on for the very first time on video. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. And I got to be honest with you, I'm a little bit nervous, especially when I went to turn this valve here on, which is like the main valve to the whole system. And the very first fitting that enters into this filter system, basically this fitting here, but on the opposite side, the very first fitting was leaking. It wasn't a big deal. It turned out I never put Teflon tape on that joint. So I just pulled it out, put Teflon tape on it, put it back in, leak stopped. So that valve is on now, which means water is being supplied to the whole system here. And now it's just a matter of turning it on. And I got to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous about this because, yeah, I don't know. I don't need to be nervous. If it doesn't work out, I don't have to put it in the video, right? It's an easy way to do it, to just act like everything went okay, even though it didn't. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to try this on video, and we're going to see what happens. So I'm actually going to set this up to run just manually on that wall with the 20-gallon tanks, and I'm just gonna have it set for an hour just to see. I can start it here and I can stop it here if things don't go well. So it's the moment of truth, right? The Rainbird app has a little button. I have that labeled as the right wall, and I'm just gonna push start custom watering, and we're gonna see what happens. Sending to, oh, it's happening. Oh shit, hold on. Okay, so that may have sounded really bad. It may have sounded like a huge fail, but it wasn't. It wasn't a big deal. What happened was I have these 5 tanks down here that are not here yet. And I forgot to turn the valves off up here that's gonna be supplying water to those 5 tanks. So when this system came on, boom, all of them started to shoot water out. Now the nice thing is there's tanks here, so they just shot right into the tanks, but that was still kind of alarming to have water just shooting out. But look at this. Look at this. Would you just look at that? All of them. It's a pretty good stream right there, right? If you were shooting that into the toilet, you'd be proud of that, wouldn't you? It's a pretty solid amount. I have the valves wide open, completely wide open to all of these, and she's filling up. All of them are filling up, and they're all filling up at the exact same time. Some of them, like this one was, the water's just shooting onto the back wall so you can't see it. And I had to make sure that it was running, but it's running. This thing is doing its thing, y'all. Plant tanks are also getting water. Very nice. These already have water in them, so we're going to get a good test of the drains in here too. This is pretty awesome. I can't say that I was able to start this up with 0 leaks because there was that one. But everything looks good. This is amazing. Beginner's luck, perhaps? I don't know. It's weird because I hear what sounds like 20 people peeing all at one time. I sound like I'm in a public restroom because they're all running into the tanks. But that's the most glorious sound ever. And now I'm going to be able to watch all of these fill up all at the exact same time. I don't know if I can expect them to fully operate perfectly. What I mean by that is the valves might need to be slightly adjusted on each one. So I don't know if they're all going to fill up at the exact same rate. Even though I have them all wide open, they might not fill up at the exact same rate. So what I'm probably going to do is get it where it's close to full, and then just turn them all off and top it all off with the hose. That's probably what I'm going to end up doing. I've got the 40 breeder wall all full, and I'm waiting to have all of these tanks filled with water before I turn on the air system, because otherwise, why? You're just sending air to nowhere. The system would never be able to build up a charge. So I might not even turn the air system on until I get the snail room operational, which the snail room is ready to be operational. I just, you know, I got to fill up all the tanks and do all of that. So if it's not one thing, it's another. But this is a big deal to me. I am going to sit here with my laptop and I'm going to watch YouTube videos, probably about 3D printing, not about fish keeping. And I'm just going to let this do its thing. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting to see it happen. Lisa's going to get home. She ran to the post office. She's going to get home. She's going to be like, how'd you fill them up so fast? I'm going to say, well, I'm just that good. So yeah, that was a little scary at first, the fact that there was water shooting everywhere, but it was an easy fix. It actually wasn't a leak. It was just the fact that I didn't have those valves turned off, and worked out really, really well. So that got all of that system up and running, which is super, super cool. The only downside to it is I had to squeeze out all of the sponge filters, which was no fun, because as we speak, we are experiencing this massive cold spurt that's happening here and, well, all over the country. Everybody is dealing with this. We're supposed to be getting some snow and all of that. So it's absolutely freezing outside. Even, you know, even people that are from the north would come down here and say, man, it's cold down here. What's supposed to be hot? What's going on? It's miserable. And since I'm filling up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of gallons worth of water, the water heater's not going to keep it warm. So the water is basically what you get out of the tap right now, which is butt cold. And so my hands were getting numb from squeezing those sponge filters out. It's no fun, but I did get them done. Now, I do want to talk about this controller that I got in from Lowe's. Yeah, the level just fell. A Rainbird ARC6, I guess, is the model number. And it's not all finalized yet. I still need to come in here, put wire nuts on all of the wires, and put the cover on and do all of that kind of stuff. But I just wanted to get it operational, so it doesn't look all that great right now, but it will in the very near future. But I just want to say, I hate this unit. I hate it. And it's not really the unit's fault, although it is, but it also isn't. Now, let me explain. When I bought this system, I bought it for one particular, well, a couple of reasons. But one, I wanted it to run the water changing system, but there was a very particular feature that I wanted this to have, which is the ability to hook up to it by way of Wi-Fi. And it does that. It does it great. But the problem is, it's basically like this. Oh, my cats. Anyway, this unit is basically like its own server. And so you have to hook up by way of Wi-Fi to this unit. And when you do that, you're no longer hooked up to the internet or your router or anything like that. You are only hooked up to that, which is not a big deal. I mean, it's like, can you take a break from the internet for more than 5 minutes? That isn't a big deal. But because you have to hook directly to that, and I don't mean run a wire, I mean you hook your Wi-Fi directly to that. It's not Bluetooth, it's Wi-Fi. Because you have to be connected directly to it, you can't check the status of it or make any adjustments to it remotely, which is the main thing that I wanted, aside from it doing what it's supposed to do, which is run a schedule and turn the solenoid valves on and all of that kind of stuff. It won't do that. You can't connect to it anywhere unless you are hooked up to it directly here. I hate that. I don't like that at all. Jasper has to make an appearance in every single video. I don't like that about it, but I probably should have known that when I bought it. But I just saw Wi-Fi and I was like, okay, it'll be fine, whatever. But it's not. Am I going to return it? Am I going to put up a bad review of it? Am I going to do it? No, because you know, it is what it is. That's what this unit does. And for a normal person that's going to use this for lawn irrigation, they don't need to be able to monitor it when they're at the pizza restaurant and stuff like that. So for them, it's going to work exactly the way it's supposed to. And for me, it will too. I'll hook up to it by way of Wi-Fi. I'll set the schedule, and then it'll be done. It's going to do a great job with it like that. Can you stop showing everybody your butthole? Dude, family show. I know, but nobody wants to see that. It's going to do exactly what it's supposed to do. I'm just not going to have that benefit of being able to check it remotely. That's all. I don't know why he's being this way. I'm going to put you outside when you're cold, Diva Cat. But you know what? That's me nitpicking. It's going to do what it's supposed to do. And that's all that matters, I guess. Now let's move into here, the snail room. We got this up and running too. I basically had to do all of the exact same thing. I had to come in here, hook up all of the drains, hook up all of the air lines, all of the water lines. Yes, it's very loud in here right now. And it's because I need to go through and adjust everything. You may see as you look through, like some of them aren't running out in the main fish room. The one wall, none of them are running. I don't know what's going on there. But what I have discovered here, because of course, I think, and I could be wrong here, I think I might have gotten a bad batch of air stones. Because there was I think those three were not working. And I pulled the air stones off and they work perfectly. I don't know. Right now I've got like 5 down here that aren't working. I've also got another cat. MJ. This is MJ. This is a cat that Lisa just rescued. She named her too. I didn't name her MJ. She's coming out to say hi. We think she might be pregnant. Come here, girl. She's got a super fat belly on her. Lisa literally picked her up from a gas station. Hey, look at the camera and say hi. She's super adorable and super friendly. And Lisa's going to be looking for a home for her. But she's not going to come with babies. Don't worry. She might be pregnant. We don't know yet. But if she does have babies, Lisa will take care of them. I'll help her when I don't know, whatever. But my wife runs a cat rescue. So every possible place on this entire property that a cat can go, there are cats there. Anyway, I do still need to go through and adjust every single one of them. And if the air stones are not going to work, for whatever reason, I mean, it's weird, it's bizarre that that's happening. But if I have to take all of the air stones out, I will be turning these down because you can even see it's bubbling too much. It's first of all making way too much damn noise, and the bubbles are so extreme that it's, you know, water's going out of the tank, all of them. So can't have that. If I have to remove all the air stones, then I'm just going to turn them all down just a little bit, keep that water moving really good, but not be so violent and loud. Like, I don't even like being in here right now. It's so loud. It's insane. But I've been waiting for a while for that noise. So you can see this whole wall here, except for 2 of the low boys down at the bottom are functioning. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the air stones here, but there's also something else to talk about down here. Look at this. In the middle of the week on Wednesday, so exactly the middle of the week, we got a shipment of plants in, and I had to put them all away and got these up and running. These are hooked up to the water changing system, but because the plants are all immersed, I don't have sponge filters in there because that would just be dumb. I don't even have airline run to these at all because there's no reason to. But the water changing system is run to it. so that it'll do water changes. And so that is amazing. All of these plants are on the website right now. If you need plants, we still don't have a huge inventory. Our inventory has taken quite a hit because of this whole expansion. Banana plants. You know, the inventory's taken a hit, but we're building it back up again. And so it's going to be fine. I do still need to go through, like I said, basically every single tank, I need to go through and fine tune them. Either take the air stones out or figure out why it's not working with the air stones in them, and then adjust them accordingly. And then some of them, like this one, it's just not working. I mean, it's hooked up to the same system that everything else is. So it could be anything from a bad valve, which is unlikely. There's certainly nothing clogging the airline, but it could be the air stone. Who knows? I mean, every single tank is going to need to be looked at. Even the ones that are functioning perfectly fine right now, I'm still going to need to adjust them so that it's not so wild and violent and maddening, because it's really loud. Hey, welcome to a fish room. I mean, unless your name is Lucas Bretz, you're not going to have a silent fish room. It's just not a thing. They're going to make noise, and that is what it is. You just deal with that. But not a whole heck of a lot. Oh, I haven't even squeezed out the sponge filters on that bottom row yet. Again, when you get to a point where you're squeezing sponge filters so that they'll sink, and you can't feel your hands anymore because the water's so cold, that's when you know it's time to stop. But don't be alarmed. The water's not going to stay that cold. It's just that cold because of filling them up and all of that. This is obviously a super exciting time for us. I mean, everything is finally coming together again. We've got plants going back into the plant tanks, room for plenty more. These two ponds are still full of plants, but right now they're serving as cat beds. So, you know, but it's only a matter of time now before we get fish in here. Obviously, we need to wait for the water to warm up in these, which will take a little bit. Doing water changes with warmer water will help that, but also just the environment. You know, we've got the heat cranked up in here. It's having a hard time keeping up right now because, first of all, the whatchamajigger isn't even working perfectly right now because, of course not. And it's the coldest time we've had since I moved down here. So that's all working against us. But the room's going to warm up, and the tanks will warm up with it, and everything will be great. And, you know, probably within a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, we're going to get fish in here. And they're not going to be for sale yet because, you know, we got to make sure everything's okay. We got to quarantine them for a bit, and then they will become available to you. So if you want to be one of the first to buy fish from us, you're going to want to make sure that you're paying attention to these videos so you know when they go live, because it doesn't matter if we launch them all for sale on a Tuesday at 8 p.m. I'm going to do a video about it saying, hey, finally, here we are. We are full steam ahead. Fish are on the site. They're ready to go. So be subscribed, turn the notifications on, all that kind of stuff, so that you don't miss out, so that you're one of the first ones to order fish from us when they come for sale. But anyway, listen, I am filming this at 3:39 on Saturday, and this video is uploading tomorrow on Sunday. You're watching it on Sunday. I don't like doing that. It's madness. It is not cool that this is happening, but it is what it is. Welcome to my life. I got fish room. It's running. There's no fish in it, but it's running. Well, most of it is anyway. It's a good day. This is good progress, and I'm super happy. Next week, we're going to talk about how the water changing system works and all of that. So we'll see you then. Bye.